Welcome back to the Good Podcast with ET. Once again, this is another episode where I'm going to be continuing talking about current affairs, the things that are happening in South Africa. We have all just witnessed across the world and across South Africa in all provinces the national elections 2024. Whether you're in a village, in a city, in a town, in big towns, big cities, small towns, small spaces, all across the country, all across Africa, everybody was looking at South Africa, watching what's happening with the elections, just to be witness and testify to the elections that has happened, be a witness of the democracy that we have in South Africa and the people's choices. So whatever is happening now, post-elections, this is definitely the people's wishes, whatever the people have wished for. If you have not been watching, or if you are still looking for an update, things have happened as it has been anticipated. The ANC has fallen down in terms of majority support by the people of South Africa. They've fallen down from 57% in the past elections back in 2019, and now they've fallen down to 40% in 2024. So the numbers that we are witnessing right now, this is the how much drop we have witnessed of the ANC support. The people have lost hope, and also if you have watched, also the Democratic Alliance has grown to 24%. Around that region of 24%. So it's one of the only parties that have grown, if you're not looking at the new parties. So the Democratic Alliance, also one of the parties that has enjoyed tremendous support from the people of South Africa. As you have seen, the likes of the EFF, the UDM, and other parties that have been in parliament in the past. We have seen some inconsistent support across the board. So the EFF has still has some support, but the support has gone down compared to the previous elections. And then now we have the Umkhonto weSizwe party, the MK party, which has come in as the new kid on the block with new promises for the people of South Africa, and the confidence that the people has on the MK. It is now witnessed through the results that we are seeing, as the MK has got 14% of the votes of the people of South Africa. So in a nutshell, the elections went well, in my opinion. I was one of the people who went out there and voted, and I also got an opportunity to do my duty as the party agent for the EFF, just representing and volunteering to support the work that Julius and them are doing. So I witnessed the processes of the IEC, the Independent Electoral Commission, the way that they handle things step by step, just making sure that elections go accordingly, and then the people are as comfortable as they can be when they come into the stations or the voting districts. So I got a chance to witness that and be a witness to the fact that our democracy is working. Maybe there are a few mishaps here and there. There are a few errors and incompetencies on the part of the government and the part of the IEC. But overall, I think they went well. I witnessed firsthand how the democracy actually unfolds in practice. So I believe everything went well, in my opinion. I don't have anything against the way that the elections were handled. Some other parties are complaining. They have lodged complaints to the IEC, saying a few things or other things that they believe were not handled properly. There are a lot of inconsistencies. There's a lot of incompetence and a lot of unfairness. So some people believe the elections were not free and fair. But overall, majority of us in South Africa do believe that things went well and that the elections were free and fair. So I don't want to dwell too much on the elections. I just wanted to catch up with you, seeing that now we are progressing. As you can see, the setup is progressing. We are moving from my setup behind the my big table and also with the background of kitchen unit. So now I'm sort of trying to create a space where I can comfortably sit and I can invite a second person to come and sit and we chop it up. So things are progressing and I'm looking forward to sitting down more, doing more sit downs with more people. Not just by myself, as I've said that I'm going into that space now where I'll be just elevating the game of this podcast, spreading the good news, coming up with different creativities. So this is me just coming back to you guys to say thank you so much for supporting. I really appreciate it, the support that I'm seeing and the likes and the shares and the subscriptions. As some of you have subscribed to the channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel and support as you give us an opportunity to grow and come up with different creativities just to grow the channel. So I'm very grateful for that, and it's been quite a journey for me to be able to get here. It's not easy. Sometimes you feel like giving up. Sometimes you feel like it's not worth it. But I'm at a point where this is something that I find interesting and exciting. I'm passionate about it. I'm also somebody who doesn't like to be always sitting down doing nothing. So if there's something that I'm passionate about and I like to do it, I put my mind into it, go down a rabbit hole and just go on the extreme of trying it out and seeing what can become of it. So I'm very glad that you are here watching week in, week out as I post more episodes, and I promise you more episodes are coming. There are a lot that I'll be doing, a lot of things that I'll be doing week in, week out. Every weekend I'll be shooting an episode, and sometimes I'll also be visiting other people's episodes on their podcasts. There are some episodes that have been lined up for me to be part of in some local places around here in Pretoria West. So I'm definitely looking forward to chatting more, discussing other topics, things that I feel like that they need to be spoken about, and things that I feel could be helpful to me. I really need to sit down with some guys who have opinions on certain things, financial matters, business issues, business ideas, talk about wellness, mental health, physical health. How do you get back in shape? How do you get your mind in a healthy state? Things of that nature. Discuss fatherhood, discuss marriage and things of couples who are married. So I'll be looking to sit and talk about most of these things. So this is just a quick catch up. I think a lot of us in the podcasting space have been talking about politics for quite a while. I think as far back as I can remember, early this year, once the elections were announced that they're going to be taking place on the 29th of May, a lot of people on the podcasting space have been talking about politics, having political guests, analyzing and just giving their own predictions and thoughts on what they think is going to be happening in the elections. And a lot of people were right. The things that they discussed were right. Some of them came unexpected, but most of the outcomes that we are seeing in South Africa are outcomes that were expected. The people were expecting the ANC to drop below 50%, go as low as 42%. Some people were expecting parties like the DA, the EFF, and other parties to either go down or go up. So definitely a lot of those predictions have proven to be true. So big ups to those who have been talking about this as it was happening, and other people are talking about it now as it continues to happen. So I'm looking forward to having more discussions about these things, talking about these things. So it's definitely one of the things that we'll be talking about in the next few months. I think for the rest of the year 2024, we will be seeing a lot of domino effect of the elections, what happened in the elections, the parties that were elected and voted into parliament. Some of those things will play themselves out in front of our own eyes. So we'll begin to see the effects and the impact that our votes have. So definitely we are going to witness a lot of changes and see a lot of things happening in a way that I believe most people are expecting, and we are expecting some changes. That's what we voted for. I believe all of us going out there to vote, we were looking for some change. So definitely I'm happy that I'm here witnessing it live happening in our country. So I'm definitely glad. One more thing. This coming weekend, the 6th and the 7th of June 2024, I'll be shooting some episodes. You'll get an opportunity to watch that in the coming week. So definitely keep an eye out and look out for what's coming. We're going to be doing some exciting things. We're going to be discussing some current affairs and just general topics, things that are of interest to many women and men. So we are definitely going to be chopping it up, talking about those. So I look forward to sitting down and talking and growing this podcast. Definitely looking forward to that. So that's basically what I was intending to discuss today, just to say that there's a lot of information coming. We will also be doing books. As you can see here, we have some books that I've been reading. So we're going to be doing some book reviews also. We'll do books on financial matters and business, leadership books. We'll review some of those things, and we'll also do some religious stuff. If you are a Christian, I'm a Christian, we'll be talking about Christian books. We'll read some Christian books, review them, look at that. We'll also do some health and wellness books, just general personal development and personal wellness. So I'll get a chance to bring some of these people who have written books or who are good at book reviews, just to recommend a few books that one can read if you want to go get into business or do more in business, or if you want to just improve your financial literacy. We'll be talking about that. I'm not an expert in any of these things. I'll bring people who are experts. They'll join me here in my living room, and we'll talk. We'll discuss some of these things and just review some of these books that we should be looking at. So definitely I'm looking forward to sitting and enjoying these sessions, these chats, sitting down, talking, discussing what's next for our country, discussing what's next for our own personal lives. So I'm really looking forward to having a good time and talking about different things that are are of interest to all of us. So welcome again to the Good Podcast with ET. My name is Eugene, and this is my space. I'll be chilling and just having open conversations and talking generally about different things, deep diving into some of the things that I believe we should talk about as a society, as a new generation that is growing, and our future is the future of this country, and those coming behind us, they are also the future of this country. So we need to have dialogue and discuss different things, things that are of interest to us, and let's take it easy. There's nothing catastrophic that is going to happen in our country. South Africa is a peaceful country. It's a democratic country. It's a civil country. The people are very civil. There is nobody who's going to flee or leave this country because of the projected instability of our country. There is not going to be any instability. Be rest assured that there are people with great interest in this country, and they're not going to let it happen, that you're going to find yourself in turmoil. You're going to find yourself in situations where we are getting worse and worse than what we are right now. We're not going to get any worse. Things are only going to get better from here. We have fallen as a country. We have lost a lot. We have been in dire situations, but I believe now we're definitely going to pick up. So this is once again an opportunity for me to say that welcome to the podcast. Things are going to get really interesting and exciting, and I look forward to recording more. And you are invited also. If you are out there and you feel like you can relate to me, you can sit down and chop it up and break bread, talk about whatever that is on your mind in relation to the topics that I have. As I said, I'll be talking about finance, I'll be talking about relationships and wellness, and I'll be talking about business, things of that nature. If you feel like you have something that you want to share with the people, this is a platform that you are more than welcome to join me, and we can discuss things and share some ideas, and then other people will be able to learn from that. So I'm very glad that I'm sitting down here, getting ready to welcome friends, getting ready to welcome family and people that I look up to. Will be sitting down with them, talking different things, discussing what is to happen next in our country, in our lives, the next 30 years. So if you are a South African or you have some interest in South Africa, feel free to tune in every week, subscribe. There will be a lot of information that I'll be dropping. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And this is me. If you want to know more about me, let's leave that for later. There's going to be more information that I'm going to share personally about myself. I'm not going to just sit here and tell you a whole story without any context. So we are going to sit. You'll get to know a lot about me. I will get to release some information about myself, and indulge you in who I am, what I do, what I stand for, and where I'm going, and what I'm passionate about, helping our communities, helping the young people of this country, just shedding some light into what is happening in the country. What are some of the things that we can do to improve our own lives? Talk to people who are doing well, or who seem to be successful in the spaces of wellness, spaces of business, finances. I'll be bringing that to you, and through these talks you'll get to know more and more about me, and I'm hoping I'll get to know more about you also. So thank you so much for tuning in. Without any further ado, welcome to the ET podcast. This is the Good Podcast with ET. My name is Eugene. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're not going back. Once we sit down here, once we commit to sitting in week after week, we are going to be doing the same. Every week we're going to be talking and discussing different things. So This is the beginning. We have already done 4 episodes, so the next 4 episodes are definitely going to be with a sit down with different people. So we are going to be chatting and talking about different things. So the next 4 episodes, I promise, are going to be me and a second person discussing different issues, having dialogue. So I believe that it'll be exciting. It's exciting times for the podcast, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for waiting and watching. Hopefully some of these episodes that we are going to drop are going to be maybe information that you are looking for, information that may be useful for you. So this is where we are going, this is what we are doing. So we are definitely in a space where things will start to unfold, improvements will happen in our country and in our personal lives. So I'm very happy now. The equipment that I have here, this is equipment that is going to help the podcast to give it a kickstart. Just to start, there's no better way to start than to start with what you have, and there's no better time to start than now. So we have to start now. That's why we have started, and we started from nothing, and we are just improving gradually. So you will get to see us grow. You will get to see this podcast grow and elevate to levels where you can be proud and say that you were part of this in the beginning. And I'm looking forward to having you and having your support. And I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful for the support. Thankful for those who have subscribed, and I'm very glad. So far, I've seen we have 30 subscribers. It's very impressive for me, and I'm very glad that there is somebody who is willing to watch and listen, and also hopefully I can add some value to your life, add some value to your daily life, some of the things that you are doing. So maybe this podcast is going to provide some valuable information, some important information. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm very glad. I'm very excited. There is no limit to what we can do if we believe in ourselves. There is no limit to what we can achieve if we just take that first step. And most of the times, I remember also before I started this, I thought, for almost a year, I've been saying that, I love what I'm seeing. I love the progression of South African podcasts, and I'm an avid watcher. I'm an avid listener. I listen a lot to podcasts. Most of the podcasts that are happening in South Africa and internationally, I listen to them. So I'm really, really happy that I got the courage, to step up and say, I want to do this also. I have some voices, opinions in my mind that I believe I want to share, and that we need to have dialogue on mostly the things that I've stated, the 4 core topics that I'll be discussing: finances, business, relationships, and wellness in general. Those 4 things I believe we need to do more. And I will do it in an entertaining way. We'll do it in an exciting way. So I am looking forward to sitting with you, discussing different things, seeing how we can do more, how we can do better, how we can improve the state of what we are trying to do.